Hello everyone. So today we're going to work on another video, and on this video we are going to talk about Docker. We talk about Docker Swarm. So we're going to see how we can use a combination of Terraform to launch a Docker Swarm. Then now we we run the command to join the nodes. So I'm going to add the link to my GitHub just below at the bottom of this video. So this is the GitHub code. This GitHub code contains the Terraform code to launch the instance. That's to launch the infrastructure we need, because the infrastructure here is actually made up of three EC2 servers. There's one node, one master node, and then there are two worker nodes. And yeah, Terraform is just meant to launch the instance, and there's also the section for the user data. User data, what the user data contains is just the install the required packages. That means we're going to install Docker. We're going to install that start the Docker service. We add the EC2 user to the group Docker. They also do an installation of Docker Compose. So that's what we are going to do in this section. Now, before we start, you need to clone the project. And once you clone the project to run the infrastructure, you sit into the project, you just run Terraform init, Terraform plan, and Terraform apply. Now, the good part is that I already have the project all already in my system. I already have the project already in my system. I think this is it. Let me expand. I will need to expand this so that you can see it clearly. So I think I have the project in my system. Let's verify if it's the right project. So I'll just do code. I'll just go into code. Do look at my main.yml .tf. Really. Uh, let's see what's inside the code main.tf. Let's expand it to be able to see. Okay, so in this my in the main.tf file, what you're going to find is just I've not separated the files into maybe the provider, the resource, the output, and the variables. No, I haven't done that. It's all on a single block. And but you can go ahead and separate it if you want to be more professional on the way you're coding. Yeah. But so yeah, I defined the provider here, which is AWS. So one of the requirements you should have an AWS account in order for this to work, because I'm using AWS. Then also you should have Terraform installed, and you should have EC2. You should also have AWS CLI, or you must have configured your account to be able to. You must have configured your CLI Terraform CLI to be able to access your resources on AWS. Then the first resource we create here is a VPC. Now it's a public VPC, and you know the difference. Just a public VPC, we just attach a gateway, and on the gateway, the where we have the we actually create a VPC, then we create a public subnet and attach to the VPC. Then also we create an internet gateway and attach to the VPC, and then we add the route table. On the route table, we specify that the route traffic from all IP addresses, because I don't see any need to block certain IP addresses, but you can do that. Now, the section for the security group. Now, in the security group, the certain ports that needs to be open. We open the SSH port. On the code, you see everything described. The SSH port, open it so that we should be able to SSH into our instance on port 22. We also have the Docker client communication port, which needs to be open. We have also the port that is used to communicate between the nodes of the swarm. That's port 2277. All of these are TCP ports. There's also the UDP port that needs to for network overlay traffic. That's the UTP port, which is on 4789. Then we also have the container network discovery port, which is on UTP 7946, and also have the same container network discovery, which is also open on port TCP this time around. Then for the egress, those are all ingress rules. For the egress, we allow our outgoing traffic. So that's it. Now, with that, we also need a security key. That is the key pair that we can use to SSH from our personal device into our instance. So this is it. And then we need to split it. We now create the. I use in order to create the to get the. I use that data Amazon Terraform data to be able to get the exact uh, Linux AMI. So I use this to get the Amazon Linux 2 AMI, and I use this module. It's found on the Terraform registry, where the module you can create multiple instances at once, and you give them the various nodes. So the module, it's very simple to understand. You just need to add the names of the instances you want to create. It should be in a list, and then you also need to specify your various subnets. Yeah, and with that, that's actually all about our. That's all about the instance. That's all about the infrastructure. So that said, let's go ahead and create the infrastructure. I I still use very long methods to go here. No, my computer is still in French. My computer is in French. So I think this is it. Yes, my computer is in French, so that's why you get to see some programs in French. Because I actually don't speak two languages. I am in the country where the we have two official languages, English and French. So right now we're going to run our system. So I first of all do Terraform in it. I think if it takes a lot of time, I'll get to format or edit this section out. I'm really sure where it has deployed everything and we're good. Now I get to run a Terraform plan. So it seems to take long too. So I will have to edit it in such a way that we don't have a very long video. So the Terraform plan is do. Let me just do Terraform, apply, Terraform, apply, dash dash, auto approve. Right now we are trying to create the infrastructure on our AWS. After that, I'm going to show you exactly how the instances have been created. Okay, while the instances are still creating, let's log into our AWS account and move to the EC2 dash. So now, presently, my region where I'm working on is in Canada. CA Central 1, that's the region I'm working on. So, so you can see all the instances have been created. You have node 1, node 2, the master node. I think if we verify from our Terraform, we'll get to see that creation created all 12 resources and everything is good. So let's minimize. Now the thing is we're going to SSH into the master into the master node, and then we create a Docker in such a way that I can join. we create a swarm, and then it's going to give us a command so that we can be able to join the other nodes can be able to join the swarm. So now, first thing we can copy the IP address, but I'll just prefer to click on connect. I'll just prefer to click on connect, and I copy the SSH key. I show the SSH key address, and then I go straight to my Docker, to my Visual Studio Code, and I let me verify if the key pair is there. As you can see, my key pair is there, so I'll just paste it and SSH into it. Yes, SSH into it. Then we're inside our instance, if you can see now. So let's go ahead and create this one. Now, so the next thing is to now we let's go back to GitHub. On GitHub, you said once you have your SSH into your instance, once you have your instance running, the next thing to do is you copy this command and note replace it by your private IP address. So let's go. I paste it. Now, what's our private IP address? Note it's our private IP address, not just any IP address. So if I go to AWS, and I go to the instance, our master instance, I copy the private IP address from here. Now on the private IP address, I take it now and I replace it here. So when I run the command, it gives us initializes the swarm, the swarm. Now it gives us a command. This is the command used to join the swarm. The token, actually, the token to join the swarm. So just copy this and keep it very jealously. So now let's just keep this. Let's open a new command line. I think so. Let's just allow it like this. Let's open a new command line. I think let's open a new command line. All right, it's good. It's cool. Now, the next thing now, let's open a new. We have our swarm command, the command to join the other swarms. So now this is the command we need to use to join other swarms, right? Where is it? Please, got disconnected. Oh, this is a token. Give me a second. Where were we? Okay, this is where we are. This is a command to join other swarms. So I'm going to open a new command line. This is just a command line. I'm moving to a directory where I am. Make sure you're in a directory where you're in your Terraform directory, because currently I'm inside my Terraform directory. Now I want to join the swarm. I want to join the first. I want to join node 1 into the swarm. So what am I going to do? I go back to my EC2 instance and I go to instances and I copy the node 1 address. On my node 1 address, I select the address to connect to it. So I copy the SSH command. You can type it. I just don't want to type it. You can type SSH keeper, then just being lazy to type it. So I just paste and then I SSH into my instance. It's going to ask me if I want you to join again, and I just simply say yes. Uh, why is it taking this long to SSH? Oh, it's my okay. I say yes. Then now I think I'm in. I'll go back to the previous where I copy my token. You just copy the token and keep somewhere and use from there. But since I don't want to do that, I'll just copy it and I paste in my worker node 1, and you see node join is a swarm as a worker. You see. So now the next thing also I still need to do. I need to also go into. I can just exit from this one, and then I could just exit since I don't want to open so many. Exit from this. Then I connect to the other again. I go to the node 2. I go back. I go to node 2. I think this node 1, right? I just want to be sure this node 1. Yeah, I node 1. Yeah. So now I go to node 2. On node 2, I copy the connect command and I SSH into the node 2. In my node 2, I just go ahead, I copy the same command from here, the command to join the swarm, I just copy it. After copying it, I SSH into it. I just yes accept fingerprints first. Take a yes, accept fingerprint. Yes, so in I paste my command and you see join swarm as a worker, join a swarm as a worker. So we're good there. So if I come back to my master and I just run the command on my GitHub, you will get to see exactly what you need to do. Now on my GitHub, you say once you need to check a Docker notes ls. Now if you take Docker notes ls, you're going to see exactly the number of uh the worker on your master node. Get to see how many workers are there. So I paste the command on my oh, shit. Seems I have a little bit of net connection issues. Uh, it's a little bit low. Okay. So you need to run it on my manager. So I need to be on my manager before I run this command. So on my manager, what should I do? It's not okay, it works now. Let me go ahead and paste it. Docker node ls. On my manager or network issues. Okay, we are not in. Okay, let's SSH back into the manager. I think this is the manager. Let's see. Let's paste our command. Docker node ls. So you see on the manager, it gets to give us the leader. It gives you the IP address of the manager, which is the leader, and it gives you the ready active. It tells you all the nodes are active, and that's very simple. And that's how you can get to deploy a a you can get to deploy a Docker swarm this quick using EC2 instances. You can feel free to modify the Terraform code, tweak it the way you want, add multiple nodes the way you want. Feel free. And thank you, and see you in the next class or the next video. I still remain your guy, Noel, though they call me Cloud. I hope you like the voice at the end. So let's